I go every day. I should take rest days, but I don't take rest days because then I don't get like the gym mental power up. Yeah, Rajang's pretty cool. I never fucking died of Rajang. I'm pretty sure I'm deathless at Rajang. How long do you go each day? Like an hour to an hour and a half. Alright. Let's do this. Let's do this. Need more than 3 faints. Bro, shut up. Shut up. Alright. Here we go. Oh, hi, Bam. Hi, my love. Hi, my beautiful boy.
Hello?
Yow. Ready?
Hi.
Let me share screen. So, it's been a minute since I coached you, I believe. So, what elo are we looking at, and how have things been going?
Well, I peaked at Emerald 1. I was like 4 wins away from Diamond, but I autopilot too hard, and then I'm now in a losing streak. I'm like Emerald 4 points or so.
Okay.
I do good on lane, I believe. I die a lot to ganks, but these 2 games I started playing top lane these recent days because I find it easier to carry. So I would like to learn how to split push and when to engage fights. And
Oh. So are you... Oh, so you're actually Yone here.
yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can teach you some top lane macro stuff. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Alright.
By the way, Happy New Year.
You too, brother. You too.
Thanks.
So this game... So you probably did well in lane this game too, and...
Yeah.
It was the mid game where you feel kind of lost.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time carrying.
Okay.
You know, it's either me getting ganked constantly and losing lane, or I win, but then my macro is bad and.
Well, it makes sense because you're coming from. Not only are you coming from mid lane, but you're coming from, if I remember right, like Xerath, and then you started maining this champ Hui, right?
You coached me on Syndra.
Oh, I coached you on Syndra. Oh, okay. I got mixed up with someone else. Okay. Oh yeah, and you were like, wait. Are you the person that died a lot? Like had a lot of deaths?
I had like a billion damage, and yeah.
Yeah, I remember liking that. Like that you... I'd rather see someone with a lot of deaths and like trying to do things. Okay, I see.
Yeah, that's me. You said because that's curable. You don't like people that are afraid. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So one thing I can say so far though that we've seen, you definitely leashed way too long. If you're coming into lane after leashing and a minion is this low, like getting low like that, then you leash too long. And you also have to understand that, first of all, junglers don't even need leashes nowadays, especially like junglers like Lee. And if you leash, you kind of like, especially in a matchup like this, Yasuo versus Yone, you guys are both so evenly. Are Yasuo Yone like actually identical level 1 in terms of strength? I think they are.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they are. Well, I mean, I would say Yasuo is actually a little bit stronger because of his passive shield. But either way, point is, leashing here, it's not even... You can't even attempt to win levels 1 and 2 right here because you had to leash. So, like, understanding that leashing makes you lose the first... It makes you lose level 1, which dictates a lot of the matchup on its own. Okay. So yeah, we're definitely gonna have to cover some. So a lot of people make the mistake on champs like Yone that in Yasuo, they kind of just like use Q no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, so, and what I mean by that is like, okay, so right here, like you shouldn't be looking to Q this right here. You need to, like, just because this is a 3.7-second cooldown doesn't mean it's not a cooldown. So if you, at a high level, if you watch this exact matchup, you'll see if someone's Q is on cooldown, like that they will use those 3-4 seconds to try to do something to the other person. So what you should be doing here is walking up for this and then looking what he does. Like if he walks up to contest you because he is stronger right now, he has a passive shield. Then like you're playing the footsies game looking to bait out his Q or something like that. And then if he doesn't contest you at all though, then you can auto this and now you still have your Q for something else.
Okay.
So, but if you do this like that, now like he could just walk up. Like, look, you tried to hit him right here. This guy has a passive shield and you don't. What he should do is just walk right up to you. If you go in on him here, he wins. Because you have to use your first rotation of Q right there, and then it'd be down, and then he would shield that damn. How much is his shield? 125. That is gross. Okay. So it would actually shield all of the damage. And then his Q is up. His would be up and yours would be down, right? So that's like the one like matchup thing when it comes to these two that you would need to take into account. Yeah. So like so when his Q is down like that, ooh, like you can't even walk up this far, like you are. So look, the minions that you were just like tunneling on, these two, look, he's gonna kill this one. Look, nothing's hitting these.
Yeah.
So
you mentioned that last time as well, that I don't have to kill the CS if it's slow.
Right. So
yeah.
Like, because you should get punished pretty hard for this. We'll see if he actually does, but you can't walk up when he's level 2 like this. If those were dying right now, you'd still have to give them up. So there's no world ever, if they're dying or even if they're not like this, you can never walk up this far when he's level 2. For some reason, he's all the way back here, but so hopefully he... Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. What elo is this? Emerald, you said?
It was Flex. I was playing with some pre-made, so he could be... I don't know, from gold to, I don't know.
Yeah, because see, that right there, like, that's like really low level stuff what he just did. The fact that he let you walk this far up, he's level 2, and he's just ignoring you like that, that's crazy. He could chunk you to at least half HP here.
He was like 0.9 later on.
Oh my god, he still didn't go in. Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay. Oh, you need to go W level 2.
Oh.
This ability right here is probably like this contributes to half of how bullshit Yone is. Because like it does so much for 1 point. It's a huge, like it covers it's really hard to dodge it and bait it out. Like right here, look. Like it'd be a little bit different, let's say if you hit level 2 first. Then like you could use this to go in and like punish him for being level 1, something like that. But like you're on defense right now. It's not your turn yet. So he should be contesting you when you walk up for CS, and your W lets you, like, you could walk up here. If he walks up to hit you, you use your W to get this CS, and take off his shield at the same time, right? But without that, look, you see, now you're just taking damage. So not only did you not get the CS, but you got poked when you could have got all of it by just getting W level 2. Okay.
So is it matchup dependent, or do I usually just go W?
No, you're normally going to go W level 2.
Okay.
The only time you'd go E level 2 is, like I said, if it's like a moment where like you need to go all in because they are really far out of position, something like that. But yeah, you're normally going to go W.
Okay, gotcha.
Definitely can't go in here. Ooh, like see, he can punish you every time you going in like that, trying to hit him with Q there. When his passive shield is up, you don't have W. You're not going in with E. Like, you're committing going into the wave. Like, in every world, he should punish you for this. There's no way to out-trade him. Now, this is when, like, when you're playing top lane, this applies to mid lane, too. But, like, so he crashed 2 waves. It starts pushing back to him now. That means you're going to hit level 3 first. That means, like, you need to be playing for that level 3 and looking to go in once you hit level 3. So, like... The same way you do it level when you hit level 2 and they're level 1. It's the same thing here. But it doesn't look like you were really taking that into account.
No.
So, like, you missed a window to punish here. Look, he even jumped in for you.
Yeah.
Right?
We're both trolling.
So you're both trolling nonstop. So, like, what you would do here is you just, like, W, E in, and you were just all in.
Yeah. I believe it's the nature of the champs, you know.
True. But these are just fundamentals at the moment, right?
No, I'm kidding because, you know, yeah.
I feel you. So, this is when you want to walk up. Oh, boy. Wait, so how many Yone games do you have before this?
I have like 40k on him. Mastery points.
I don't really know what mastery...
Like a decent amount. A lot of games, basically.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I was wondering. Okay, so... Because, like... There's a lot of stuff you seem to be missing here. So, like, right here, look, you walk up. So, like, he's going for CS. You're going for CS. Your W's up. Like, this is when you should... Like, you got to pop that shield of his. So you can actually trade with him without losing. So this would be another good time to do that. Walk up, W. Like, you walk up and you just... Look, you guys are both griefing at the exact same frame. With the exact same issue. You're both queuing a CS. You don't need to queue. So because if you didn't queue him, think about it. This is a perfect example of what I was talking about earlier. Let's say he makes this mistake and you don't. You walk up and you just queue this. I mean, not queue this. You just auto this or you W and hit him, pop the passive shield. Now you have Q up and he doesn't for 4 seconds. How can he out-trade you?
Okay, so I W both him and the cannon. Last hit and then I trade, right?
Because you still have Q up and he won't.
Yeah.
Because this is still a cooldown. It's a small one, but it's still like that. I mean, think of how long these trades last, really. Like a second? Right? So, like, that being down for 4 seconds, if you think of it that way, that's a long time. Every time he goes for CS, if he doesn't have Q, like, you can punish. Oh, boy. Okay. Auto Q. Think you tried? Okay. That's the one thing that can make this matchup a little bit difficult, is that right there. Like, if he is, like, you know, dodging all around. So, what made you go in here? No reason.
Well, I just figured I have advantage because I have E.
So you think because you have your E up, you have advantage here? So yeah, that's not really how this matchup works. That's not really how Yone works in general. So like your E is like a fucked up ability, but it becomes like really strong once you get some items and you can actually fit a lot of DPS in that amount of time. But here, like this is why the E doesn't matter that much, because you can E in, but he can dodge a lot of your stuff through. You have to think of it this way. So he can't react to what you're doing, right? He has to predict. Meaning, and like his E, similar to Ahri ult, has a 0.5 second cooldown. So if so he's gonna E like this. Look, we'll wait for your next Q to come up. So like right here, if you auto him and then wait for his next dash, and then once he finishes his next dash, then you Q. Like he can't E again here. He has a cooldown until he gets points in it. So like that's when you would be using your skill shots on him after he finishes a dash, and then he'll probably dash again, and then you use your next one.
I see.
But yeah, you don't just have an advantage just because your E is up in a matchup like this. Actually,
but it was a good idea to E, right? I just misplayed.
Well, so it was fine because you're both level 3 and there wasn't that big of a wave or anything. But if I were you, it's more important than that, honestly. So if we look at your experience here, so you do this. So like you guys are both now in like a race to level 4. So if I were you, I would rather kill a few minions, get level 4, which gives you a guaranteed advantage. Now, The only reason why I didn't say this at the start is because technically he kind of dictates who hits level 4 here. He has more wave clear than you early because he can just EQ and hit everything. So if he just EQs and hits everything, you can't really hit level 4 first. But this kind of goes way back to here, where you hit level 3 first. If you hit level 3 first and you go in and actually chunk him and punish him for being level 2, then he can't touch the wave, and you will hit level 4 first too. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like this right here was the most important part. But yeah, that in a vacuum, that one trade we looked at, yeah, it was just misplayed because you weren't throwing your skill shots at the right time. Yeah. The way you use your Q on like all the CS, it not only makes you miss CS, but makes you vulnerable. Like, look, right here, when Yasuo has a tornado ready, you shouldn't be all the way back here. You should be up here. Then the moment he goes to use it, he has to stand still to throw it. So then you use your W to shield the damage and pop his shield. Because you got to pop his shield somehow before you can trade with him. He will always win if he has that up. Okay. Okay. Auto. Auto. Okay, you can kill him here. Didn't need to flash, but it's fine. He could... I think technically he could win wall that. I need to see how close you were, but... Luckily, this Yasuo just... So, I want you to see something here. It's important to understand, like, when something like this happens, a kill like this happens, to, like, look at it and be like, okay, do I just win that hard? Or did he misplay or whatever? Like, this Yasuo... He
just played worse than me. he trolled more.
He's just not auto-attacking, like, at all. Like, he's just E-ing around, right? So that's why this looked so... He autoed you twice in that whole thing. So... and yeah, I don't think you would need to... I don't think you need to flash. I'm not sure. Actually, no, you definitely don't need to flash. Because even if he win walls it, you can just W him or Q him or whatever. But either way, it's fine. Oh, definitely gonna fucked up with that. Wait, what? No, you can't be her. That champ's fucked up.
I know. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, I fucking hate this champ. I ban her every game. Yep. I think she actually should have killed you here, though.
They nerfed her like 4 times, and it still does nothing.
Still does nothing. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think if she popped her W like she should have right there, and then used E or flash, she definitely should kill. But either way, I fucking hate that champ. I hate this champ so much. Anyway, all right. Oh, nice. All right, you got the big power spike. All right, so now
I'm full build.
yeah, you're full build. So like this is when you really need to abuse W. Like cooldowns like short, walk up, W him, pop his shield, get it all in. Okay. Definitely need to use like you gotta work on your W usage though. It seems like you haven't really used it. Should have froze there to make him stay in lane, but it's okay. Alright. Like, see, every time he's walking up for CS, you should be in position to W him when he does. You can even, like, you should be up here getting ready. Like, think about it. If you're standing here where my mouse is, you can see my mouse, right?
Yes, yes.
If you're standing here, think about what this does to him. He needs to choose now. He needs to choose. Does he Q this minion and eat a Q from you, or does he just try to Q you? And then that puts all the mind games and like he has to go to the next layer. He needs to be like, okay, I'm going to act like I'm going for the CS, bait them into using their ability, then I'll go get it, which makes you go to the next layer. You know, they are going to be too afraid because they think I'm going to contest them, so then I don't use anything. You see, like, this is what opens up laning phase. This little concept right here. Everything comes down to contesting CS, but doing it properly to make them have to think. Think about it. Think about this for a sec. If he, for him right now, look at where you're standing. Do you think he has to like think at all about what he's doing right here?
Yeah, he could have just autoed the minion and saved his Q for me, right?
He can do whatever the fuck he wants because you're not close enough to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
If you're closer though, you've probably felt it before going against someone who semi knows how to lane. The difference when someone is in range of you and pressuring you when you're doing something, how you feel a little bit more overwhelmed than if someone's just sitting all the way in the back.
Yeah.
It's very different. Every time he goes for CS, think about it. Like every CS here that he goes for has potential for him to make a mistake if you're there to make him make the mistake. If you're up close, he might give up the CS. He might use Q, and then you're already there to punish him for using Q. Mm-hmm. Or he might try to fight you because he doesn't know the correct decision. But then he's fighting you in your wave, and you're much stronger right now with your level 2 shoes. See, like, all these different things could happen if you're just standing up there. You don't lose in any way if you're standing up there because you're stronger. So you should not let him CS for free. That's like laning phase 101, right? Look right there. He should be eating a W. The shield needs to be popped so he can't just... If his shield's up, he can jump in and trade with you freely. He doesn't have to care.
Okay, so every time he has shield, I should just W.
Well, you should try to pop it in some way. If he's back here like this in his wave, you'd have to W him because it doesn't draw minion aggro and you're not overextending. If he's jumping into your wave, you can just auto it, and that's fine. But he's giving you a lot of different chances here to pop it.
Okay. But my priority is to pop it, right?
Yeah, you got to pop it before trading with him. That's like Yasuo's thing. Because that shield's just like that. This is a big shield. 211? That's a lot. That's like, that's like an entire Q. Actually, it would eat more than the entire Q. It'd eat like a Q and an auto. Okay. It's like right here, this CS. This is all I'm looking at if I'm you. This red one right here. And then I'm going to move myself to a spot where he has to... And then, so I'd move to here, and then I'm moving back and forth like this. Because I want... If I can bait his Q out, now he really can't go for this. If he goes for this, I all in. Mm-hmm. If he hits me, and that means he doesn't get the CS. You see, like, in every way, you win out here. Because you have no CS to go for, so you can contest him. So, and if he does that like that, you can all in here too. You could W, E, and all in right there. Because you have a whole 3 seconds that he doesn't have his main damage ability. That's a long time. I mean, how long does your E last? 5 seconds, bro. Think about how long Yone E lasts, how long it feels like it lasts. Feels like it lasts an eternity.
Yeah.
It's only 2 more seconds than that cooldown of Yasuo Q. Okay. See now, so now he hit 6, and he still has the shield. Okay, gotta contest this. Contest. Okay. That's like kind of what we're looking for. Just a little bit more. Okay. Okay. Oh my god, this guy's a bot. Okay, I see. Okay, so all right, so it's not that you missed. So it's not a big deal that you missed. It's more just like, so look, after you dodge this, hit him with that W, this Q misses, you Q this. You hit a nice read on the this was a read, right? You thought he would dash?
Yeah. For sure.
So if you land Q like this on it, you can also ult right away if you wanted to. That'd be fine. But the thing is, you don't even need ult to beat this guy. Because you've already won the trade so hard that it doesn't matter. So, like, you auto him there, you W him, good. It's like, you should have just kept walking and queuing him. Ulting's fine, too. Like, you can't, sometimes you miss. Your mouse precision was a little off there. But, this guy can't really win. So, as you can see, even with your ult missing, you still win. Like, it's not possible for him to win.
Yeah.
And this is like you going in for like, this is with you doing any of the things we've talked about so far. That's why this guy's been able to have 10 CS more than you, live as long as he has. This guy should be like 0-5 by now. But anyway. Okay. Let's see what you get here. Yep, that works. Hi, Pao. Okay. Alright, so we want to see, now that like you're 2 kills up, we should see a lot more. We should see you really looking to contest him. His ult will have a much shorter cooldown than yours, though. Okay. Okay, walk up, hit him. You see, like, this can't happen.
Yeah, I'm noticing that. Yeah.
He just does whatever he wants at any time. It feels like, honestly, you only fight him if he, like, fights you. It feels like. But we'll see. Sometimes you'll just randomly go in with E, but... Yeah. So, like, look. League, when you say you autopilot too much, like, this is the stuff... This is the autopilot that I see. When I see you do this, so you walked over here, you did Q, I think.
Yeah.
So you walk up, you do Q, and then you W right after. It's like, why did you W here?
Good question.
Like, this ability is too important to just send for no reason. If anything, you should be up here hitting him and getting right all in again. Because, like, to me, it makes me wonder, how big of a lead do you need for you to feel like you should contest him?
Yeah, I you know, when now in hindsight I see it, but yeah.
So like that fundamental part of laning phase, contesting CS, that is like, that doesn't change no matter what lane you go to.
Yeah.
Should W him there, see? So like, when I'm looking at this, I'm just putting myself in your, like, if I'm piloting your champ at the moment, I'm walking up like this, and look, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm thinking. See this red minion? It's gonna walk up, tower's gonna hit it once, and then it's gonna be in last hit range. So that's all I'm thinking here. So I'm ready to take his shield for that, at least. Because he is gonna walk up. So like right there, he should have A to W. And then he'd have no shield there, and you could actually look to even harass him under tower, but you need to pop that shield. You need to make him pay for all the CS he goes for. This one too. Okay, next CS he goes for. This one right here. Could have contested him there too. I mean, he like, look, him walking at you, look how it made you. He was just walking up. I don't even think he was walking at you. I think he was walking up for CS or something. I don't know. But like, look, him walking at you like this made you walk backwards.
Yeah, for some reason, yeah.
Right. That's like a small part of my point. All these different things. When you are pressuring someone, if you just by walking in the area of them when they're trying to get last hits, look at like how it affects their brain and their mental. So when you're ahead, this should be amplified by 10. Every little thing they do, they shouldn't be able to breathe like this. He just made you miss a cannon. All he was doing, he wasn't doing it on purpose. All he was doing was walking up to cue the wave. Because he doesn't know what he's doing. Also, that looks pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Like, he looks like he's holding a huge javelin.
Yeah, that's actually sick. They need to make another javelin champ, by the way. Like,
yeah, Rel.
Yeah, like, because
Keka has the skin.
Because like, fuck Rel. Like, give me some like javelin and shield mid laner. But anyway, like that guy, yeah, like, and he still kept his shield. Oh, nice. Okay, you got him with the W that time. Like, that's what we're looking for. Just way more. Okay, nice. Auto Q. No. See, when you're ahead, you don't got to give a shit about dodging his stuff. Fuck that. Just kill him. Like, see, you jump in here. Look, you jump in like this. Auto, like, he needs to run from you. Don't run from him. He needs you to run from him because he's the one who's behind here. You're a level up, more items. Like you should be autoing him moving forward. Auto, move forward. Auto, Q. Canceling every auto with Q and orb walking. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
So like you play like you're behind. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's a piece of bread. Huh?
Is toast not bread?
Get the fuck out.
What bread is that?
It's from Chick-fil-A. I used our gift card. I got you some in the fridge. Yeah. If you want it. I got you chicken nuggets. Huh? Yeah, I got all your stuff. Say hi to Pam for us. Chat says hi.
Did I like my coat?
She says go fuck yourself.
Did I?
Yeah, that's good. You can show them if you want. Do you want to show them?
Do they want to see it?
Pam wants to know if you guys want to see her new coat. They're all like, yes, yes, yes. All right, hold on, brother. You're interrupting my coaching session to show them your fucking coat. Here. I'll move out of the way. It's her cupcake coat, she calls it.
It's a little bit.
You look lovely.
Am I getting compliments?
You can read the chat yourself.
What does it say? Kinda wanted to see the bread.
Yeah, ignore Dan. No one ever knows what the fuck he's talking about.
A dressing gown. This is a coat.
Buki, Fargo is dog shit.
Pam, I am too good for you. How is this young woman with this old guy? I am young.
Get the hell out of it. Get.
A bathrobe.
Hi,
I
K1.
told you it looked bathrobe-y.
What do you mean this old guy? I'm hip as hell. I'm like 21.
I am hip. They don't get it. This coat's for the girlies.
What do you mean blink twice if you're in danger? You guys are rats. Okay, anyway. Back to the coaching session that Pam interrupted. Okay. So now we're gonna try to get through the laning phase now because we've kind of seen everything. Okay, nice. You should have used E there. You could have killed. Like right there. It's like if you use your E here on this one, if that lands, like you can just confirm it. Like you E, then you Q, and then if it lands, you immediately press R, and then you just kill him here. I thought you said the guy was good about not worrying about dying. Yeah, normally, yeah. Last time, he played way more aggressive.
I have Yasuo phobia.
Yeah, he has PTSD from Yasuo.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh, here comes Briar. I would say like this is an easy 1v2. I just don't know with this champ though. Like her damage might actually just be too high. Ah, no, you should be okay. Nice. Okay, cute. Oh. Help me. Oh my god, he's a griefer. Okay. Okay.
Undeserved, but got it.
Uh-oh. Oh, I thought that was coming for you. Alright. Okay, so now we're really fed. Okay, well, let's talk about this TP first. So, this wave's reset in the middle. So, definitely no need to TP here. Especially now that your TP is like the upgraded one where you can TP places.
Okay.
But that's when you really want to start laying on the pressure. Like, see, like, you should be up here popping a shield minimum and hitting him with Qs because you have Kraken Slayer now. That item's broken as hell. Like, you actually need to punish him for CSing even under tower. Okay, that's fine. I'll just don't let him back into lane. Nah. See, this is a waste of your time. Just don't just go hit the tower. You know he's gonna go here. Like, you could put a ward right there and get ready to all in him when he's coming around this corner. But this is just a waste of time. What is he doing?
By the way,
yeah,
yeah.
You said, by the way?
I've noticed, because you mentioned my TP, I kind of don't know when to use it.
Oh, okay. So basically, a lot of the times when you're gonna TP into the lane, it's when the wave is pushing the other way, so you're gonna lose CS, or let's say he TP'd somewhere, so you want to get back to lane as fast as possible, so you can punish and hit the tower.
Okay.
Sometimes you're gonna TP back in because like you killed him, but then like he's gonna get back to lane a few seconds before you, so which would let him push the wave in, and you don't want to let him do that. But you don't have to TP when like you guys are both going to get into lane basically at the same time, and it's reset right in the middle. You know, you're getting no value there.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so hopefully you can get some plates. You should just grab the next wave after this. Like, you can even farm this wave. Like, you can start proxying him and not letting him back into lane. After you clear this. Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, definitely need to snowball a bit harder here. Luckily he's kind of just donating you kills, basically. It would be better if we saw you getting the kills, like you doing it the right way, you know, contesting his CS, harassing him under tower and all that stuff. But it's more like he just kind of griefs and just ease into your wave for some reason. Yeah, you can literally auto him to death. Yeah.
Honestly, just watching the replay, I should watch my replays just by myself more often as well.
Yeah. You'd be surprised. A lot of people, so they'll finish a match and then they'll think about, like, they think, well, I'll just think about what I did wrong. And they think they know everything they did wrong in the match. But when you go back and open it, you'd be surprised what you see.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, yeah.
You'll learn a lot more that way.
Yeah, and remember before we like had our first session, you asked me like, what are my weak and strong sides, and then when we had our session, I was like, you know, basically nothing was true what I said.
That's normal. That happens pretty often. Oh yeah. Like, see, Ian kicked the shit out of this guy. What is he doing?
Yeah.
Nah, this is nonsense. He's actually farming a whole wave uncontested. 3 levels down.
Yeah. Hurts me to see.
Yeah, right. You should be trying, like, you didn't get this last plate because of how scared you're playing, or like how much you're letting him do. Like, you should just walk up under tower and hit this right in front of him and take it and then kill him. No. This is very important. I actually just went through this with a different person like a month ago that I was coaching in top lane, where you got to think that, like, the faster you take this right here, the faster the map opens up for you and gives you timers to do more. So, like, if you take this, that means you can clear a few waves, and then it crashes here, and then you have a long time before it comes back. So that means you can push it to here, go in here, you're Yone. You're like a champ that can vacuum up farm. Not every champ has that, like, privilege. You gotta abuse that shit. Like, Riven has it, Yone has these Tryndamere, these champs that don't have resources. So like you should be pushing this. If you can't contest him under tier 2, you go in, you take this Gromp, you can take blue, take wolves. Now you're affecting the enemy jungler too. See what I'm saying? But if you can't really do that safely when you don't take this tower first, because you only have one wave of tempo here. So if you go to do that now, he just denies you this wave and puts it on your tower. So you gotta kill him, not let him farm. Oh boy. So this is a pretty common Yone problem, honestly. Like, look, you want to think of like if you E like this and then ult, like that means if you don't kill him in the amount of time this lasts, he could potentially get away. But if you ult in here without it, it's not like you're in danger. So you don't even need the E. You can just ult from that brush.
Yeah.
You just kill him like that. And then if he flashes away or something, then you can E in. But look, now he got that whole wave. He's getting wave after wave completely uncontested right now. Look. You see? Look how like free it is to kill him, but it's just like arbitrary when you decide to do it and when you don't.
Yeah.
Look how free this is. You don't need ult. You don't even need to land everything. Like, it's not even close.
I'm AI.
Okay, so now we finally got this. Now you want to take this. So this is when the mid game starts for you. You kill him. You take that. This is when you reset. You get full strength because you're on 3,000 gold. And then now you look to snowball real hard. This is when you start pushing in, push him to here, and just vacuum up whatever you can. But you definitely need to recall here. There's no point even going for this because you'd only walk up and hit this if you didn't need a recall or if you could actually take it. But even if no one comes here for 30 seconds, you wouldn't be able to take this. So it's just a waste of time. So you could easily 1v2 this if you had your items spent, or if you had your gold spent. Yeah. Wow, that champion's so broken. Dude, that is just that is such an insane amount of damage for being 0-2. That is crazy. She's level 9.
Yeah, I think her being 0-7 and she just RB1s everyone.
Oh wait, maybe this is Twitch is really fed. Maybe this is part of.
He is, yeah, but Briar is crazy.
Yeah, but anyway, so it's not that dying here was the problem. Is that you shouldn't be here in the first place.
Mm-hmm. So, from what amount of gold is it good for me to recall?
Okay, yeah. So it doesn't really work that way. So
okay.
So look, notice when I'm okay. When you're deciding whether to recall or not, it basically comes down to a few different things. It'll come down to what's happening on the map, how much gold, or what's happening on the map, if you can do anything. So let's say you push this in, you can't hit the tower, there's no jungle camps to get, there's nothing for you to do, but you have enough, you have 600 gold, so you have enough for a agility cloak. Then recall and grab it, right? You have nothing else to do, use that downtime to grab, because remember, you want to try to be at peak strength for as long as, at all points of the game, meaning all your gold spent. The later in the game it goes, the less that matters, because 600 gold relative to 5 items isn't that much, right? But early in the game like this, every little bit of gold that you spend could be the difference between winning or losing a fight, or a 1v1, whatever it is. So when you push this, like I said, you couldn't get this tower anyway, so, and you have so much gold that you should just recall in that downtime. So it's going to come down to what else you can do, but most of the time, you're going to be doing a sequence. When I say sequence, I mean okay, you come out of base, you push this wave all the way in, you got it to here, you kill the enemy laner, you got this tower to half, boom, now you reset. That's a sequence. Or you come out of lane, you push this, you rotate to Herald, you fight, you win or lose. That's a sequence right there. Pretty much after every sequence, you're going to be recalling because you need to spend and stay as strong as you can. See what I'm saying?
Okay. Yes, it's clear.
Okay. Okay, so, yeah, you definitely, I see what you mean with the TPs. Okay, so this TP right here. So if I'm you, and I'm in base here, I'm looking at two things. First, I'm looking at like whatever, like I heard that noise from Briar, so like a fight's happening. Yeah, fight's happening here. So I'm thinking, okay, if I TP here, am I going to get some kills? Or is there any like big shutdowns I want? Twitch is pretty far overextended here, so you could, there is a world you could TP right here. But before you would TP here, you want to make sure there's no like really nice wave states that you need to grab, like this. So like this is gonna, this should like slow push to you, and then you could collect this. This wave's so far away that you would never TP anywhere around here. You wouldn't even TP to this because no one's here pushing it. You'd either, so your options here are TPing mid, walking top, or walking bot. And you decide that based off what's going to give you the most gold. Until 20 minutes, that's your only thought process. What will give me the most gold?
Okay.
Because there's no important objective.
I'm sorry, what was that?
There's so because like the only objective important enough to dictate your decisions is Baron. So
I see.
At 20 minutes when Baron spawns, now you kind of have to like choose your lane based off of certain things. Like, okay, Baron's up, I have TP, I should go bot because of it. But Baron's not up until 20, so it's 16, 17 minutes here. It's just, okay, which lane will give me the most gold?
Yes.
So yeah, you could, all of the options were fine. Like if you TP'd mid and you got kills, or if you TP'd mid and you died, it doesn't mean it was the wrong decision. You just would have to evaluate why it didn't work out. But TPing bot is just the wrong decision because you got nothing from it. This is slow pushing to you anyway. You're not getting anything. You would just walk over and collect this. Now, there is something called a tempo TP that like I'll talk about when I do it on stream a lot. And that's more like, okay, you're in base, right? Enemy team, both teams are in base, kinda, or like basically a tempo TP is when that time that it takes you to walk from base to whatever lane you plan on going to, if you can skip that time, you get an advantage in some way. You get like a tempo advantage. So enemy top laner is just now respawning. You could TP down here quickly, shove in these waves. Now you know he's gonna have to hold it here, and then you got a tempo advantage just from TPing in because you guys were both in base. But he had to walk the lane, you TP'd the lane. Right? So that's more advanced, and once you actually understand like the macro part of the game, that becomes way easier to know when to do it. But for you right now, you want to think of it the way I was just talking, where like you don't want to TP unless you're going to, get some kind of value from it, whether it's like a big wave that's on the tower that you don't want to lose, or TP into a fight, something like that. Okay, and like anytime you can hit these tier 2 towers, hit them because they give 700 gold now. So
yeah,
don't waste any time because you're a champ that doesn't really do that much damage to the towers. You just have a lot of attack speed. So okay, so now we can talk about top lane macro in general. It's more simple than it seems. So like here, the first most important piece about like top lane macro when you want to like influence the game is you got to win lane, and you did. Because if you win lane, and that means you can win the side lane 1v1, that means you can do this right here. You can push the waves all the way to the tower. That's step one. Push the waves all the way to the tower, or if the game's in a really bad state where like everybody on your team's running it, enemy team has like they can rotate quickly and they're just gonna fucking kill you if you push. So then it turns into not pushing it all the way to the tower, but pushing it as far as you can with it without dying. Once you push as far as you can without dying, now you can think of that as like your tempo advantage. The enemy top laner is going to have to collect these waves at some point. So then from there, you decide what you can do with that tempo advantage. Or, so like you're either going to kill them, the enemy top laner, while going for the CS. That could mean diving them. That could mean just sitting. Like sometimes you can't dive them, but if you catch them sleeping and not respecting that you could be in the brush, you could sit there and look to kill them, clearing the next wave. If you can't do either of those things, it's just too risky, you're not that far enough ahead or whatever it is, then you use the tempo advantage while they're down here to like rotate over for a fight, or like a numbers up fight over here. Or if that's not here either, or like shit's going down over here, you could even use the tempo advantage to recall and run straight to like Herald or Baron and force something there. There's a lot of different options, but the main point is you have a tempo advantage, and that's like the strongest thing you can have. So if you can't kill them and continue your split push like that, then use the tempo advantage to affect something else. And then the very bottom of the list, of the priority list, is jungle camps. That's the last. When you really have nothing else you can do, you take jungle camps. Okay. So, like, if I'm you right here, for example, if I'm you right here, I would not let Yasuo even touch. Like, you're 4 levels up. You can easily dive him. So, I would not let him touch a CS. I would be hitting the tower right in front of his face. I would be looking to dive him. I'd look to ult over the wall, whatever it is. Because if you kill him, then you can work on getting this 700 gold tower, which is an insane amount of gold. But this is kind of just a waste of your time, and he's just kind of free farming down here. This isn't bad. This is like okay. If you like, this is using a tempo advantage as well. If you take mid tier 1 here, that's great. But you should take the mid tier 1. Okay. Okay. So you could have done both things here. Is like the thing. Like you can take. So another thing you have to understand is if you take this right here, they lose all this vision. Now let's say your teammates don't stun them over the wall or something like that. You could literally take this and sit right here over this wall. And then if you have a ward, you put it over this wall. Guarantee you they're walking in clumped up because they don't expect you to be sitting right here and they can't see you. I get so many kills this way. So point is though, to make like if the tower's this low and you're in like if you're letting Yasuo farm bot waves, it has to be for a very good reason. So to make this worth your time, no matter what happens here, you hit this and take this first. Then you look for these guys. This also is the most important tower in the game. And they have Hui, someone who can like clear waves very well. I wouldn't have even used E if I were you there. I would have just used alt first. So you decide whether you want to use E or alt first based off like how dangerous the situation is. Those guys were like fucked. So okay. So here Yasuo is doing this is like Yasuo is pushing his waves all the way out like he should. This is where you would do whatever you did here, recall, and you'd go here. Your teammates seem to be going there, which is fine. So now, then you would look at the other lane, and Twitch is clearing that, but he's not gonna push it all the way to your tower. So you do have like some options. You could just clear this right away and recall. You could recall now. So this is an important part of top lane. So if you look at your gold, you should be going IE next. I'm not sure what you have the longsword for though.
I think I was making Bork.
Okay, yeah, you need to be going IE here. But anyway, so like let's say you're going IE, you have 1400 gold here. If clearing these next waves is going to give you enough gold for something substantial, then you can clear those, then recall. But to save tempo, you already have enough for the 1300 gold BF sword from IE, so you just recall here. And then come back out on the map and start pushing top, and then you don't have to leave. So
okay.
Now, unless this Twitch was going to push it all the way to top and you'd lose minions for it, but that's not going to happen because he's an ADC. He's way too scared to do that. But you definitely like right there, you went from base to bot lane, pushed it all the way to here, grabbed this, went to here, pushed a wave. Took a fight and grabbed mid tower. That's a sequence. So a recall needs to come here soon. Very soon. Now, your teammates are going for dragon, and we just heard Briar all. So like if a fight broke out in bot lane, then you could use that time to take this instead. Because no one can come for you, and there's no point in recalling when shit's going down and everybody's on the other side of the map. But it looks like a fight's not going to go down in bot side. So you should clear this and get the hell out of here. You should not go any further. See, this is a very big mistake. not like this would be a mistake, like no matter where your teammates are. But like if you look at the enemy team's point of view here, like you see how there is nothing for them to do. They only see one person. So they're definitely going to go for you. That's why you only do this right here if shit's going down on the other side of the map, so you know nothing can come up here.
Okay, so I shove, and I only continue getting the turrets if I have vision on the enemy and I know I'm safe, and that's usually when they're doing something else or if they're dead.
Yeah, especially like in this scenario right here, this is, there's a lot of problems, right? Like you need a recall, you have a lot of gold, so you need a recall. Your teammates aren't on the map doing anything yet, so your pressure is useless, doesn't do anything unless your teammates are actually pushing other things. You don't know where everybody on the enemy team is. You're the only thing on the map, so they're gonna come for you, and you can't 1v4 or something like that. So you see, the better question here is, what reason is there to go for this? There is no reason. There's no good reason that you should be able to hit this. So like that's like kind of the checklist and like how you should be thinking when you're deciding when to push for something.
Yeah, because my next question was gonna be, how do I not die when I'm split pushing?
This is exactly how.
Yeah.
So now that, look, now Vayne's starting to push bot lane. And see, Vayne's starting to push bot lane now. Syndra's in mid lane, about to push that wave. Now, you could be ready to go for this, because shit's going to go down somewhere here. But, like, instead of taking your recall like you needed and getting ready to go back to top lane or back down mid or whatever, you're doing this, which is, like, the worst thing you can do right now. This is just similar to doing a jungle camp.
Yeah.
So look, now Vayne's going to be pushing like this. Oh boy.
Yeah, I die. I remember this. Yeah.
Right, so you dying here is, again, not even the mistake. It's the fact that you're just doing this in general. Because, see, Vayne putting pressure down here, like if you recalled when you... Okay, look. So if you recalled after pushing this wave right here,
yeah,
if you recalled there or here, you could come back on the map quickly, and by the time you'd go from base down mid, odds are, and then branch off depending. By the time you did all that, that's when Vayne would be like right here. So like that's perfect. Now you guys are all pushing at the same time. The enemy team has to decide where they put the resources, because they need more than one person to deal with you. That's like the whole thing about split pushing. Split pushing is just like, what makes it strong is when you're ahead and one person isn't enough to deal with you. So now they have to send multiple resources to you, which leaves the other side of their team open. Right? So this is like the fundamental part of like split pushing. You're just out of sync nonstop because you're never pushing for the right reasons. You're not prioritizing your recalls, stuff like that. So, because this is what you want to be doing. You want a fight to be going down to mid lane, and you just knocking on these 700 gold towers and getting yourself even more fed. It looks like you're going IE because you grabbed BF sword and Bork. I mean, in cloak. Okay, so now Vayne's dead for 28. So this is where you'd head. You're definitely gonna head to top here because bot's already pushed all the way. You got to grab all these CS and push them out. If top was pushed all the way in here and bots pushed all the way in, you go straight down mid and you just shadow them. You just sit over a wall. Oh, that guy should have died. He should never be this far up. Okay, push it all the way out, and then decide from there, based off the map state, what you want to do. Is someone here?
No. Oh.
That is an insane amount of damage. Okay, so let's talk about this for a sec. So like right here, you shouldn't be using E. Because again, it means if he survives until your E is gone, like if he just starts running and he jukes a Q or you miss or something like that. Or if you just barely don't have enough damage to kill him, then he lives. So you don't need your E here. You should just go in and kill him. Once Briar shows up, you could use your E. But either way. Okay. So as you can see, not even 2 people is enough to stop you. So that's like is very tough for the enemy team to deal with if you're doing it right. So now you see Hui in bot lane. We don't know where Twitch is though. So like you could just sit here in the brush and wait, or you could if I'm you, I would recall and immediately TP right here, or wherever you can TP near this and start Baron.
So
oh, you could kill this guy. Oh, you could have killed that guy. So you kill this guy by doing EW. You got a W first for sure, and then Q auto Q. But you flashed in and then never got the W up, but it's okay. That dude hits like a truck.
yeah,
wow.
Collector.
Okay.
I hate that gem.
Twitch? He's a bastard for solo queue. Okay. So here, if we look at this TP now. So enemy team has Hui dead, Vel'Koz dead, your Lee Sin's bot, Syndra's recalling mid. You're not getting there's no a tempo TP doesn't do anything for you. There's it's just downtime while both teams are dead. So you never TP here. You actually should just be going straight to bot lane to be on the other side of the map of Baron, so you can pressure this right here. And then if something happens at Baron, you decide whether to keep pushing or to TP to Baron. But now you've wasted that option. And then the problem is, if you don't do lane assignments properly, it means your teammates can't do them properly either. So now Vayne is going to be in bot lane when Vayne, someone on your team should be collecting top and you should be pushing bot. Because, they have to get farmed somewhere.
Yeah.
So, this is where if you look at the map, you right now we can see Twitch, Yasuo, and that's it. So that means it's just Vel'Koz, Hui, and Briar that could be here, which you could probably kill all 3 of them. So you could keep pushing here, but that's how you decide. Okay, if I keep pushing here and the only 3 that I don't see show up, do I win? If not, you got to chill a bit. You got to wait for more information. Okay, now we see Briar, so now you really should keep pushing. Push. Oh, dive him. Oh, you gotta dive him quick, though, before he clears the wave. Yeah, so, why aren't you diving him?
Well, I guess I was afraid he would stun me under turn.
Your champ, nothing, stuns don't affect your champ. Literally, all 4 of your abilities go through CZ. All 4. Q, W, E, and Alt all go through CC. So, you have Hull Breaker. You're so fed. You saw what you just did to Yasuo. This is a squishy mage with no armor. You literally would kill him if you E in and auto him 3 times. I'm pretty sure you'll kill him.
Yeah.
You have to kill him here because this is what split pushing is. This is what it does. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Split pushing makes them have to make decisions that they don't know how to make. Hui doesn't know that he can't come collect this because this is why. Because nobody will dive him in lower elo. So he thinks this is fine. But it's not. He made the wrong decision coming here. He should never come here. He needs to give this tower and he needs to go with his teammates trying to make something there because he can't hold you. So you need to punish him for that, kill him, and then take 700 gold from this, and now you're recalling with 1,300 gold. And with one of them dead. But this can't happen. He cannot clear this wave like that. Now you lost, and you only had a small window to do it because your teammates just died here, so the enemy team couldn't be here yet. But now they could move over here, and now they probably will. See, the fact that it took him walking out from underneath tower for you to do that, that's like, you can't efficiently or properly split push if you are afraid of towers. You got to get rid of that fear. Especially when you're level 16. That thing takes you like 15 tower shots. It does nothing. So now you lost that opportunity to get a shitload of gold and get like a pick. You have IE. You see this? No. You don't have time for this. This is last on the priority list. Do you have lanes to push? Yes. Do we have objectives up? Yeah. So you got way better things to do than this. You got to be up here starting to push, because now that you wasted time, I'm gonna predict that because you just wasted that time on the Raptors, you're gonna walk up to here and you're gonna go to push this. The fight at Dragon's gonna start before you even get the wave crashed. Oh, or you're not gonna go push it. Should have went and pushed it. Okay. Oh, you should have kept going. Woo! That twitch hurts. Okay, so this is a good example of... Right here is a good example of team fighting with Yone. So you run in like this, and then you use E and then alt. So like, if I'm you here, I'm only going to use one of the two. I would either only use E, or... So like, you want to think of it like this. If you think like in the back of their mind, in the back of your mind when you go in here, that the other members of the enemy team are going to be here, that means you can go in with E, and then all you're waiting for is someone else to show up. So if you go for him, and then look, Twitch comes around the corner, thinking he can like hit you while you're killing that guy, but you were waiting for Twitch the whole time. So then the moment he appears, you ult, and then you get all of them, right? Then you can actually make a play like that. But you used your two most important cooldowns, E and R, on a dude that dies in 3 auto attacks. Look how fast you kill him, look. That was 3 autos right there. Actually, that was like a Q, a W, and an auto. So like, obviously you're overkilling him insanely hard, but so instead of killing him and going away, you should be also, you could kill Yasuo here too in this amount of time. But you went back. So like now, you like those two things, your E and your alt, what makes Yone easier than Yasuo. It's what gives him like solo agency. Whereas Yasuo, it's really hard in scenarios like this. Like think about if you walked into here and you were Yasuo right here in this brush. You have no way of getting on the Hui. You can't just E and like charge in. But once you use those, now you're kind of like Yasuo. How do you get in? You can't really get in. So you just you did your part now. You used too much on one person. So now you got to hold that and go do something else. Now go push mid lane. Push mid lane, go top lane. Push mid lane if the fight's happening at Dragon still, take this tower. See, like you have a bunch of options. You never have to be here though. You never have to keep going here. Think about it. Why? Why would you have to keep going here? What's making you feel the need to keep fighting here?
To secure Drake.
Bro? Secure Drake? Who gives a fuck about Drake? Shit's useless.
Yeah.
You only come to Drake.
I agree. My pre-made begged me to help.
Yeah, that would drive me fucking crazy. That would drive me insane.
Yeah,
the more, if I was playing with somebody and they were begging me to come to Dragon, that would make me not go more. You gotta teach them somehow. Like, think about how much you can get here if you just don't go to Dragon. You realize, if you went top, like I was saying you should, you'd get this wave, the next wave, the next wave. That's 3 waves. This tower, that's 750 gold. You could probably get this tower by the time this shit's over. So, you have 2 teams fighting for this useless shit, while you're over here collecting 2,000, 2,300 gold. Just pushing. And all the experience. See what I'm saying? Think about the risk reward. Like this is why going to Dragon makes no fucking sense like 99% of the time when these people do it. Like the risk reward is just backwards. The risk of pushing top and go like this route is 0. And the reward is like 2,500 gold potentially, maybe even 3,000, depending on how long this lasts. The risk at Dragon is extremely high because there's 10 people involved. So the amount of trolling that could happen, including yourself, like, you know, you can even fuck up at Dragon for the reward of nothing. For some Chuck E. Cheese stats. Who cares? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It makes
Someone
literally...
needs to clip your reaction when I said to secure Drake.
It's painful. Like, it's like never ever. I mean, this is a perfect example. What just happened? You guys get wiped.
Yeah.
Like, and honestly, the fact that they have a giga-fed Twitch makes it even more like, yeah, fuck that. I'm just gonna dismantle the enemy team's like towers and base on my own. Because think about it, that makes them have to respond to you. That makes them send Hui top lane to get bodied and dove. You see, like, that's what forces them to make mistakes. Twitch, I'm telling you right now, put yourself in Twitch's shoes for a sec. Let's say you're fed Twitch, or fed ADC, fed Mage, whatever. The enemy team has a giga-fed Tryndamere split pushing nonstop. But instead of split pushing, they come over and team fight. Which one would you prefer? Them coming to team fight? Or them split pushing nonstop?
Yeah, I see.
Like, which one stresses you out more? Them split pushing, correct? Stresses all of you out more. Because now someone's like, oh, who's going to go stop them? Well, I'm going to die if I go do it. Right? That's what split pushing is. It's mental pressure in forcing the enemy team to make decisions and respond to what you're doing. Think about it. If you go down bot lane, let's say just Twitch comes for you, and he fucking murks your ass. Who cares? If that happens, there's a chance your teammates, your 4 teammates, kill the other 4 because the rest of them are useless on the enemy team. That wouldn't happen. Twitch can't solo you. You're way too fed. But point is, like, you got to make them, like, you just got to think of it risk reward wise. That dragon's not a win condition. Taking their towers and killing their nexus, that's the definition of winning. So think of it like that. Okay, kill this guy. Don't use E. Just stack up Q and run at him.
You're expecting it.
Ooh.
I use it.
Yeah, so like imagine he flashes this way. Now, like, you can't catch him. You waste it all. This is going to pull you back and he's gone. But if you don't E, you're going to kill him. There's nothing for him to do. But anyway. Okay.
Do I always pick split pushing instead of grouping and taking like Baron or?
Well, no, because it's kind of what we talked about earlier. Like when you're a fed like this and you win 1v1 side lane, first step is pretty much always going to be push the wave as far as you can. Then from there, sometimes you're going to go group after pushing, but you're never just going to just group unless you're in base. When you get to base and all these waves are pushed out already, then yeah, you just go straight down mid and you can look for a fight like that. But you definitely, like, you need to, the tempo advantages and like the putting pressure makes it so it doesn't come down to just a coin flip 5v5. It makes it easier than that. Okay. Only one we don't see is Twitch. You don't have ult, so this could be a little scary. That could be for you. You gotta be careful. Oh boy. Hopefully it's not Twitch.
Yeah, he's gonna come as well, I remember.
Yeah, that could make this a little dangerous. Yeah, okay. So this is good, because this shows you what I'm talking about. So look, you killed one guy, now you're pushing this. Briar just respawned. She yells that she sent her ult, so you should know it's coming. So you just move to the side, let it fly by, and then you walk away and you sit here and wait. Because your teammates are doing this. You sit here and you wait for more information. What would happen is, you would see Twitch and Briar, or just one of them, farm this wave. You would see Twitch like appear out of stealth, farm this wave or something like that. Then you know from there, oh, their strongest member isn't there. If a fight's going on over here, you could TP here, or you could TP straight to Baron and force Baron. Like, all the cards are in your hands because you're the one who's pushing and they need multiple members to stop you. And you have the tempo advantage. But the only way to grief it is by not moving out of the way of the Briar ult, and then not notice when I said, okay, Briaralt's coming, but think about it. Does she think she can 1v1 you? No. So you know someone else has to be here. But we see 2 other members. So we know Twitch is coming. She's either trolling or Twitch is coming. And we haven't seen Twitch in a while. And that's very weird that he hasn't appeared in any of the other... Like, he's not pushing mid. He's not here. He's got to be here. So this is when you need to make... This is like where having... Not being tunneled on what's right in front of you and actually looking at the game like a bigger picture lets you avoid deaths like this, which can lead to you getting Baron here and then ending the game with it. TPing... Let's say you didn't just kill Hui, and Hui, Vel'Koz, and whoever else is left, Yasuo, is somehow like, you know, fighting up here, and it's a 3v3, 3v4. You could TP in to affect this. Like, this is a big part of the game right here. This is a big part of, like, you winning or losing a game like this, is how you handle this scenario. So, like, you dying right there, not worth it at all. Trading 1 for 1 when you're this fed and this strong and they need to send this many people to you is not worth. If you killed them both and died, trade 1 for 2, of course that could be worth. But or if you maybe just killed Twitch, like their most fed carry, but you didn't kill Twitch. You killed their jungler, which can be valuable here, but I got a good feeling Twitch is going to waltz on over here and kill everybody. If your teammates don't get off the Baron, that is. Yeah, see? Because Twitch is still alive, and because you're not here, your teammates can't really do this. Here he is. What the fuck? Okay. So, like, right there, that was, like, a game. That's where you could have won the game, right there. You should still go bot here. So, like, we can look. So, look, this play right here, where you came from base to top lane, it looks like looking for Twitch to try to kill Vayne. Like, that's fine. That's a fine play, because bot lane was already pushed, like, to here. So, you have time. But you just have to think of the odds of it working and, like, the consistency. Whereas, like, if I'm you here, I'm just going to go back to bot and start the split push again, because that forces a response consistently. Whereas, like, this is kind of random if it works or not. It's like if he grieves. But now your lane assignments are fucked up again. You need to be in bot lane with TP, and now Syndra has TP, so she could go there, but honestly, she could lose 1v1. Oh yeah, look how fat this wave is. You see, like, you can't even push here. Twitch is in mid, so you could technically push, but you have to be really careful. The enemy team has mid prio. We talked about mid prio before.
Yeah.
That means, like, you can't do much until this is resolved. So they can all head over here if they wanted. And if you die here, you could lose the game for it. Oh, here we go. Fuck this, champ. Yeah, see, you're incredibly strong. Uh-oh, where's Twitch? Wow, that's gross.
Gross.
And there he is. See? So, like,
yeah,
even that's not worth.
Yeah, you're calling it every time you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's how this game is. This game isn't very... It's more... what's the word? It's less random than you think it is. Like, this is like... You can tell what's going to happen way before you see it, just because everything's decided by wave states. Look, no one in this game knew that... no one on the enemy team knew... It's not like they pushed mid. They're like, okay, wait, mid prio. Let's go top lane. The enemy team can't be there. They just pushed mid, realized they couldn't push any further, and now they have this free time that your team doesn't have, so they just went to whatever they thought they could do. So, like, mid prio dictates what people can do without them even knowing that's what's dictating it. That's why, like, even in lower elos, it's still that effective and important. See what I'm saying? Okay. So, like, it's just going to be the same issues over and over here. There's nothing actually new.
Yeah.
But any questions on this stuff?
Well, Could you tell me about? Could you show me how and when to place wards?
For when you're split pushing?
Yeah.
It's pretty rare, actually, that like so warding for. To be honest with you, warding when you're split pushing, that's actually more your support's job. But that you're not going to see that till legitimately challenger. So not even like grandmasters would you see that. So you don't even have to worry about warding, really, because all you're doing is pushing and then waiting for information anyway, because the enemy team will show up somewhere. So like warding is really nothing that you need to be concerned about. Like you can take a blue trinket, and in like really tight games where like, you know, enemy shit's happening here and you're here pushing, and you want to make sure you're not caught from them rotating here to here like quickly, you could put one here. But that's really like that's the kind of warding we're talking about here. That's like what you would be doing. Nothing else really. Okay. Just like immediate danger spots.
Uh-huh. What about Baron? When is it wise to go Baron?
So we kind of talked about it a bit. And like honestly, that question isn't technically really answerable because there's so many factors involved. But
okay.
You know, like things like because it's going to come down to so like in this particular game, what dictates if you can do Baron or not actually isn't even if the enemy jungler's dead, which is like normally one of the factors. It's if Twitch can get there, because Twitch will beat the shit out of you guys. So like let's say you're pushing bot lane and Twitch shows up and you survive and then you just TP straight to Baron and force it. That'll work. I could do it. Let's say, you know, you get a pick on Twitch, you should start the Baron. If you get a pick on Hui, doesn't mean you should start Baron, but on the only person that can stop you and just annihilate you guys all in the pit. You see what I'm saying? So like there's going to be a bunch of different reasons. Now, let's at higher levels, like let's say you're not too far enough ahead of the enemy top laner to, you know, do something substantial down here, like dive them or take the tower. You could push it, get the tempo advantage. Let's say they brought Ghost Ignite. A lot of people bring Ignite top. Then like you could TP to Baron and force it, and that just starts a 5v4. And then depending on the game state, there's a lot of factors here. You would either do that just to make the enemy team fight you. You could try to burn the Baron, depending on how much vision you think they have. You see, there's like a lot of different factors at that point.
Uh-huh.
So that's like a whole nother lesson in its own on how to know when you can do Baron.
So basically my job is to like shove waves and then go and look for either Baron or team fights or keep pushing if you can. An opportunity presents itself.
Right. If you can, like best case scenario is you can dive the enemy top laner 1v1. So that makes things really hard for them. And that makes it really easy for you because that means you never have to leave the lane. You can just keep pushing, get a shitload of gold, and they have to send more than one for you. If you can't dive them and they're not making any mistakes to let you kill them, like clearing a wave, then you use your tempo advantage to do something else, depending on what's going on. But yeah, pushing, that's why step one will always be like push the waves first. Push your whatever lane you're in all the way and see how everyone responds. And you go from there.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah. If they're like, if 4 of my members are fighting Baron and 5 of from their team, should I keep like taking turns or should I help?
Yeah, see, so that's going to come down to, it's the same as if it was Dragon, except Baron's a little bit more important. Dragon, you can always just be like, yeah, I'm not going to that. I don't give a shit. Baron, though, you have to really weigh, like you have to really think about if you will win the fight or not, based off of sums, who's fed. Because if you can't come close to winning that fight and you're just doing it to do it, it's not worth. And you just take the gold you get from the split pushing. But yeah, that's what it really comes down to. You have to tell if you TPing in there could change something and maybe get you guys the Baron. Those are hard decisions. Yeah. Those are really hard.
I see. Okay.
Anything else?
No. Great session, by the way.
Glad it helped. Yeah. But yeah, if that's it, I'll hop out of here now. I hope this all helps you. And remember, you can always just hit me up on Discord with questions and stuff. So
Yeah, you definitely. I'm gonna go over it again, but you definitely opened my eyes for a lot of things. So thank you, and yeah, I'll keep in touch.
awesome. Sounds
I'll
good.
continue watching your stream now.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.